Hey everybody, Steve Colescott here for EliteFTS.com. I'm here with Nutritionist Kristin Stull, and she came out here and caught a workout with Tracy Tate at the complex today, and we wanted to introduce everyone to you. Could you tell us a little bit about your background?
Well, I have my bachelor's degree in exercise science and a certification as a health fitness specialist through the American College of Sports Medicine. And then I also have my master's in nutrition and dietetics, and I'm a registered licensed dietitian. So as far as my educational background goes.
Okay. And how about as an athlete and figure competitor?
Well, I've been active for pretty much my entire life. Sports in high school, what have you. I did the Body for Life Challenge through Bill Phillips back in, don't quote me, but it was like 2002, let's just say.
Okay.
And then I just became more involved with working out even further. You know, I had started with my bachelor's degree, so obviously my interest. And then 2005, I did my first figure competition. And I've done 6 amateur competitions. I stopped in 2007 after my last one. I knew I was going back to school for my master's. I just wanted to focus on that. And I also, in 2010, I tried more of the endurance side of things, so I did complete my first sprint triathlon, which was a lot of fun, by the way, so something different.
Oh, what is a sprint triathlon?
Oh, sorry. Basically, they can vary in length, but sprint, short, it's a good beginner triathlon for anyone who's interested in trying something different. So you swim, you bike, you run. I'm sure the order can vary, but I think swimming is typically first, and then the running, biking can be variable from what I've seen. But the swim for me was, I think it was 250 yards, and then the biking was 7 miles, and then the jogging was 2 miles. So less than an hour. I got second in my age group, and then 4th overall.
Okay. What are some of the common mistakes that the average person, non-athlete, makes in their diet?
Well, one is not eating enough. But then with that being said, also overdoing portions. So if you're not eating enough during the day, then when you do eat, being overly hungry and then portions are too large at that time, food choices are not as healthy choices, I guess. Basically your self-control. I mean, if you know that you're starving, you know, you're more likely to do something that's convenient. Maybe you're snacking while you're cooking, which is adding additional calories. So going back to the not eating enough, also during the day. People are busy, they're working. A lot of people don't plan, so when you're not planning, you definitely are likely to fail, as they say. So if you're skipping meals during the day, and then by the time you get home from work, you're starving, so you're more likely to overeat right before bed as well. So. And
would you say that's a mixture of low blood sugar and psychological reasons for those late night binges?
Actually, yes. I'd say a combination of both. And it's really to find out exactly why somebody is doing something. You would have to sit down and talk to them and get, you know, some of their history, their background, find out what it is they're doing, just the communication. But yes, both of those can contribute to that. Okay.
What are some of the changes you make in a beginner that you start working with? What are some of the common changes you make in their diet to kind of get it lined up correctly?
Well, the appropriate amount of meals and snacks, a more balance of macronutrients, getting them on the right track to making healthier choices. Now, to the degree of, you know, what their diet is like is really going to be based on what's realistic for them. So you have to find out what their goals are, where they're ready to start, what they're willing to do, you know, providing them with a starting point, motivation, encouragement, etc. So starting there, seeing how they do, and basically the progression is going to be variable depending on how they're doing, you know, if they're having issues with anything, making, you know, some people just, it's actually best for most people to look at your big goal, breaking it down into smaller goals. So maybe it's weekly goals or monthly goals of different things that you'd like to work on in order to move towards a healthier lifestyle, something that can be maintained and enjoyable.
I would imagine that just the first step of working with a nutritionist would kind of get people where they are in a more organized mindset, where they're going to actually think about what they're eating a little bit more, and probably just want guidance from someone with your expertise.
Yes, most definitely. Yeah. A lot of people don't know where to start. There's a lot of misinformation out there. You know, somebody at work tells them to do one thing, and then they see on TV something completely different. But it's really great to see a professional for that, for the fact that you could pick up a diet, you could say anywhere really, but that's just gets you from point A to point B. After that diet is over, what is happening? Where do you go from there? If you don't know what to do, or do not have somebody helping you, then most likely, let's just say if it was weight loss, you could gain the weight back. Then you have that yo-yo, you know, up and down, which only frustrates people more. So really having someone help empower you, giving you that knowledge so that you can truly have a good understanding, and then you can do it on your own, addressing whatever behavior changes that maybe they're struggling with as well, emotional eating, etc.
Okay, thank you.